All right, welcome everyone this evening. If y'all go ahead and mute yourselves, that way we'll have the recording will have good sound and not a lot of background noise. But thank you guys all for being on tonight. We are coming up on mid-month. It's February 10th. February is a short month, and so this week will actually be mid-month for us. And so when it comes on mid-month time, we want to evaluate where we are and how close we are to hitting our goals. And so just, to remember every one of our goals, no matter, if you're a regional vice president, area manager, district manager, consultant, all of our goals is 2,500 and 5. So 2,500 and 5 new. And so that 5 new can be PCs or a combination of PCs and independent new consultants. And so that is the best scenario, is you have a combination of preferred clients and independent consultants, because that really builds your business when every month you have a combination of those, 5 of those every month. And so that is what we strive for. Every month is 5. And the tool that we use to track that is the 40 faces. We've talked about the 40 faces. I'm going to probably say something about 40 faces every time we're on here, because when we get in front of 40 people every month, our businesses will grow by leaps and bounds. And so I just want to encourage you every time we're together is to get in front of those 40 faces. And remember, we now have a 40 faces challenge. So there's some pretty good incentives to work for, to do your 40 faces every month. So, do your 40 faces for 3 months, 6 months, and 11 months. And we did 11 instead of 12 because we didn't start till February. And you'll accumulate all of those gifts. But if you just do it for 3 and you don't do it, whatever, you'll still be gifted, but they have to be in consecutive months. So 3 consecutive months, 6 consecutive months, 11 consecutive months to earn the incentives for the 40 faces. And then also remember, there is the Wolfgang Puck Challenge out there. Now, not everybody on here is going to GTC, but you still go for the challenge. The challenge is 5,005 for 3 consecutive months. So that's February, March, and April. And anybody can do this. You don't have to be, a district manager to do the district manager numbers, because you can be a consultant and do the district manager numbers and promote the district manager, so it's the same thing. So it's your district manager bonus, 5,000, and then sponsor at least 2 personally to you. And then you'll get the Wolfgang Puck Challenge, which is a great restaurant. You're wined and dined, and you get to mingle with all of the VPs in Georgie's Nation. Now, if you're not going to GTC, you will also be gifted with something. We just haven't come up exactly with what that's going to be. So, because we want even those people who are not going with us, to go for this incentive, to do this challenge, and you will also be gifted. All right, so tonight, what I wanted to focus on just briefly is, since it is mid-month and we still have plenty of month left, to reach the 25, to reach the 5,000, to get to your goals. And remember, we all need to write down our goals, because if we don't write them down, we definitely are not going to reach them. We don't reach goals just by happenstance, just by happening. Life doesn't work that way. Our businesses don't work that way. So, your goals should be written down at the beginning of every month. We write those down. So one of the easiest ways that we can get in front of 40 faces, in front of 40 people, is to host ourselves healthy happy hours, or ask someone to host a healthy happy hour for us. And so tonight I want to give you guys 10 tips on hosting a healthy happy hour. These are some real basic things that are going to help you have a successful healthy happy hour. The first thing is Your intention with a healthy happy hour is not to sell product, though you will. Your intention is to find yourself a business builder. Anytime we do a presentation, a party, whatever you want to call it, a healthy happy hour, our number one goal is to find a business builder. So before you get there, your mindset is, I am going to sponsor my next business builder here at this group. And so, and you know, there's a book out, it's called The Secret. If you guys haven't read it, it's a really good, short, quick, easy read. But basically, you know, what you think about, you bring about. I tell my son that all the time too, because if you have positive thoughts, positive things are going to happen to you. If you have negative thoughts, negative things are going to happen to you. So the same thing when you're going into a party, a presentation, your focus should be, I am going to find my next business builder. I am going to find my next business builder. And, you know, you're likely to find that person because you're going to attract them with those types of thoughts. All right, so that's number one. Number two, and with that business, you're also going to find a hostess for your next healthy happy hour. So those are the two things that are the top two things that you're looking for when you go in, is your business builder and a hostess for your next healthy happy hour. Because if you do 2 or 3 healthy happy hours every month, you are going to sponsor 5 for sure. You know, because if you have 2 or 3 guests, 5 guests, 6 guests at each healthy happy hour, you're going to have several people at each one of those healthy happy hours want to join the next 30 days to healthy living. So the healthy happy hours are one of the easiest ways that we can sponsor. All right. So when you're doing your healthy happy hour, remember, it's not about you. Your focus is not on you and what you're saying and that you have to be oh so perfect and get it correct. Your focus is on being interested in helping those people who have come to listen, because you have something of value to offer them. You have something that will change their life. So your focus is on them and not on you yourself doing a perfect presentation, or you yourself concentrating on your story. Although you do want to tell your story, but when you're doing your healthy happy hour presentation, your goal is to help them find how Arbonne's 30 Days to Healthy Living can actually help them live a healthier life. The next thing is, let's eat. Eat early on, because people enjoy eating and having conversation. Okay, so have your food out, and it should not be a big spread. You know, you should have samples of your products, samples of the tea, samples of a smoothie, samples of the fizz, and then make one 30 Days to Healthy Living recipe, one of the recipes that, you know, one of the meals that we make. And it doesn't have to just one, you know, like if you want to do, what am I trying to think? You know, the vegan lasagna, you know, you can do that. So just one, you know, one item, if you're going somewhere that's easy to transport, that's a one pot, one pan, one something that you can take with you. And then you might also fix the protein balls or the protein bites. Okay. So those are, you know, just keep it very, very simple, because when you're asking somebody to host for you, you want them to feel like that they can do this very easily, you know, with you, that it's not going to be a big production. Number 4 is start on time. Even though not everybody may be there, and, you know, people are supposed to be showing up late, always start on time, because you need to be respectful of the people who did show up on time. And if you're doing it at somebody's house, you need to be respectful of their house. You need to get in and get out, you know, within 2 hours. All right. Number 5, what to pack. You know, I remember doing my first 2, 3, 4 years of Arbonne presentations, and I would take everything I had, you know, and truly that is not the way to do it. You just need to take the basics, because people are more interested in you helping them than in you sharing everything you have and them sampling all of Arbonne. And remember, a confused mind says no. You know, a confused mind shuts down. So you don't want to confuse them. If you're doing the healthy happy hour, you're just going to take the ASVP and then a couple of your favorite products, you know, 2 or 3 at max of your favorite products. So for a healthy happy hour, it's the ASVP and 2 or 3 of your favorite products, and that's it. And then the food that you're going to eat. And you should be able, the goal should be able that you can get, if you're going to somebody else's house, that you can get in the house in one trip. Because again, you're looking for your business builder, and you don't want to be dragging lots of stuff in, because, you know, people are looking at it and go, oh, I don't want to do that. That's too hard. That's too much. You want it to look very simple, because it is, and it can be. All right. And when you share Arbonne's products, you want to share one fact and one love. You do not need to give a list of all of the benefits of the products, because again, really what people want to know is they want to know what you love about a product, how it's changed your life. So one fact about the product, and then what you love about the product. So so when you say, and this is, you know, Arbonne's protein powder, comes in chocolate and vanilla. It has 20 grams of protein, and I love it because it's the best tasting protein powder I've ever had, hands down, and I've tried a lot of protein powder. That's all you need to say. You don't need to know all of the details. What you can bring with you is a folder with all of the Meet the Product sheets, so if somebody does have a question later on, or then you can actually refer them to the Meet the Product sheet, so that, you know, to answer their question. All right, and then number 8 is close your party strong. You always need to close your party, which means you ask for the sale. Now, you don't have to do that everybody all at once, but we do have a closing system in Arbonne, and you always say there are 3 ways to win with Arbonne. You know, you can host, you can become a preferred client, or you can join me as a consultant. And so those are the 3 ways to win. And on Arbonne's website, there's a ton of information about that, and there's actually a document. But the one thing that I want to say about closing strong is that you have to ask them. So after you have told everybody the 3 ways to win, then you talk to people individually or in small groups, and you expect them to join the 30 Days to Healthy Living. And this is what you say. You say something like, so our next 30 Days to Healthy Living starts February 18th. Let's go ahead and get your products ordered. And so it's up to them to tell you, no, I don't think I want to do it, or no, I don't think I'll be ready. Well, that's great, because then that's fine. Our next one is going to be March 7th. So let's go ahead and get your products ordered so you have them on time. You're always, because remember, if you ever go to a dress shop, you know, where you have lots of salespeople, or you go to like a car lot, I mean, they're helping you make a decision. And we are the consultant, so we are helping them make the decision that's going to be best for them, and that is to join our 30 Days to Healthy Living, because every one of us, our lives have changed because of the 30 Days to Healthy Living. We're not trying to sell them, and this is Angel's term, I remember this from years ago, we're not trying to sell them snake oil, okay? There's nothing for us to feel timid about or scared to ask. We know that when they participate in our 30 Days to Healthy Living program, that it will change their life. And so we need to have the confidence to lead them to that decision. So after you've done your presentation, so the next one starts February 18th. Let's go ahead and get your products ordered. And this is the ASVP. All right. So, and when you're talking about the ASVP and that close, know the value of your ASVP. Know that, they're going to get a free product, and that they're going to get free shipping, and that they are getting 40% off this entire products. Because if they start picking it apart, you want to say the best deal is the entire package, because it's less than $10 a day. It's less than what you're going to be spending for lunch or for that coffee fix. Okay, so know the value of the ASVP so that you can make it clear to them the value that they're getting with that. And then after your number 10, the last one is after you have gone home and the next day, you want to be sure and follow up with anybody that you did not close. And you don't want to wait 2 or 3 days. You want to follow up the very next day, because the longer you wait, the less likely they are to join your 30 days, the next 30 days to healthy living. So you want to follow up the very next day. So those are the 10 tips for hosting or having somebody host for you a healthy, happy hour. And so now I have asked Krista to share with us, because there are some people who are just not ready. And so Krista has some verbiage and some packages that she's going to share with you guys if they just shut down the ASVP. All right, Krista, go.
All right. So when Ashley brought up on the Nation call, I was sharing it with Brandon, and Brandon kind of had like an aha moment after I shared with him what Ashley Armstrong said. So Ashley Armstrong, if you don't remember from the Nation call, she said one thing, and it really made like some things go off in my husband's head, and it just kind of set him on fire so much that he went and sponsored 3 PCs this week on his own. So I'll kind of share. Yeah, I know. So Brandon's in here, and so everybody's going, yay. And so these are the things that we put together. And so I put together this sheet, and I'm going to post it to the region page so you can see the verbiage. But it's very simple. And so Brandon is in sales. And so when I shared with him that Ashley Armstrong would say to people something like, 2 bags of protein will get you free shipping. Brandon said to me, say that again. And I said, 2 bags of protein will get you free shipping. He goes, that's it. That's what we say. And I was like, that's what we say. And he goes, yeah, people sometimes don't need any more. They don't need to know about the free gift. And he goes, Krista, you love it. So you keep going on and on. He goes, I'm going to use that. That's what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what he did. He did that with the first PC. He got him to 150. The next one that he did was our second package. So we've named these. So the first package is called Powder Power. So he's been just focusing on protein, 2 bags of protein to get him to 150, because 150 counts towards our bonus, right? And that's where when PCs get the most benefit is when they get to that 150. So the second one is called Powder Boost. So when they get to 2 bags, they get 2 bags of protein, and then they get the protein boost. And you would say, for a fuller effect, this is a great option. And it is. So my husband, he needs a little bit more in his protein. And so he uses the protein boost all the time. So that's a great add-on. And then the third one, we call it Solar Powder. Okay, we just had cute names. So Solar Powder, which is a bag of protein. You get a cleanse, and then you also get a box of fizz in there. And so when somebody buys this one, okay, they are getting a great start to something small, almost like a mini boot camp, really. But a lot of times people are also interested in Digestion Plus. So if they're interested in Digestion Plus, then you would say something like, this is a great start. And if you're interested in Digestion Plus, let me show you the value of this and 30 Days to Healthy Living. Because honestly, the QV of just the bag of protein, the cleanse, and a box of fizzies, that's 184. But if then you go and you add the Digestion Plus, you're already sitting around 220, 230. You're almost at to what the 30 Days to Healthy Living is, and they get so much more. So if you've got that in-between person, you might as well go ahead and show them that 30 Days to Healthy Living. And the reason why we went ahead and, and in my business, when I've had 2 bags of protein and I sold them to people, they go the next month and they join the 30 Days to Healthy Living. So the people that Brandon has gone and he sold these 2 bags of protein to, they're going to do 30 Days to Healthy Living without a shadow of a doubt. I know that they're going to do it. And I've gone back and looked at my business, and people have done that. And so that's what we're focusing on. We're simplifying it. We're doing the bags of protein, and that's where we're going. And so, when you look at the 40 faces, Brandon is challenging me, and that's where we're at. So Brandon's at 15, and I'm at 10. And so we're at 25 together. And so we've just really been going because we've got big goals to hit this month. And so that's where we're at. So I will post that for everybody to use. It's got the verbiage on there as well.
Thanks, Krista. That's awesome. And thank you for posting that so we can actually have it in our hands. That's super. All right. So now I want to turn it over to Stacy. I asked Stacy, are you not ready? Do you not want to share?
Ready. I was trying to my kids are screaming in the background. I went up and got up and shut my door because I don't know what's going on in there. My poor husband.
Oh, that's funny. He can handle it.
Oh, I know. It's, oh gosh. Well, I don't have, I'm a little unprepared because Sundays are like the craziest day for us. We're at church all day. So, anyway, I did have a couple things I wanted to say. And the first one is that's the thing about this business. I have not been in this business very long, but there are ups and downs. Brenda would do the little hand thing. And it's so true. And this is a little bit of a down month for me, but my life has gotten so busy and overwhelming. I'm not trying to give myself excuses because I can work past that, but there's just been some things going on in my family. My husband's getting ready to change a job. It's just been I'm overwhelmed. But anyway, last night I had we were at Chick-fil-A and I met a girl in the playground with her kids, and she kind of initiated the conversation and, oh, hey, what's there to do around here? She lives an hour out of town. And anyway, we just got to talking, and I'm thinking there's something about this girl. It's just one of those things where I go, this is like, I'm gonna step out and say something. And then I didn't. And I got in the car and I was just like, get over your damn self. But anyway, we exchanged first and last names, so I looked her up on Facebook. She is a Lime Life by Alcone consultant. So I was like, well, but I think I'm going to go ahead and add her anyway. It's kind of stalkerish, I think, probably. But she is somebody that could really use the 30 days. So anyway, this is my advice for everybody, including myself tonight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get over my damn self this month. I'm going to try to carve out some time. But anyway. And then I wanted to say, as far as promoting to district manager and how I did that, well, I had my butt in gear. I had my ask on. I was asking people I didn't think I would ever ask. My brother's ex-wife and my other brother's estranged wife. Like it was crazy. But anyway, so I've got to get my butt in gear and get back on that. And so the old saying goes, get your ask in gear. There's no better way to promote than to just get with it and asking people. There's a pay raise involved. When you hit the district manager level, you actually get paid on your own purchases as well. So anyway, that's really all I had to say tonight, going on the fly, unprepared.
Well, Stacy, you do very well on the fly and unprepared. And, Stacy said it correctly. For any of us, activity cures everything. And activity begins with an ask. You can write it down on your in your planner, what you're going to do. You can write people's names down that you want to talk to. But until you ask, it's not activity. And once you start asking and that activity starts happening, it feels good and you feel like working your business because, as y'all have heard me say before, I've been doing this for 10 years now. And just like Stacy said, it's the business, it's up and down, it's up and down. But anytime you're in a down, work as hard as you can to ask some people, just to ask them to go to lunch with you so you can talk about Arbonne, share some products with her, ask somebody to host, ask somebody to come over to your house. I mean, once you start asking and you start that interactive process, it gets easier and easier and you get more excited because you're getting people interested in what you're doing. And so that is how you start to come out of the downs, is getting your ask in gear. I mean, and it's just that simple, because once you start asking, things start happening. And once things start happening, you start to get into momentum and it gets really fun. And so you just have to work hard to pull, for us to pull ourselves out, because believe me, I know I've been there. And another good way to help pull yourself out is to read something that's very motivating. That's why we always say personal development is key, because if you're in a down and you're reading personal development or you're listening to SoundClouds, you're going to come out pretty quickly. You can't help but get motivated by reading and listening to some personal development. So that's why we say every day. I mean, when I get out of the shower, what pops on is a SoundCloud. I mean, it is my best time to listen to SoundClouds is when I'm getting ready in the morning. Now, I know some of you guys who have small children, sometimes that's probably not the best, but maybe when you're in the shower, I don't know. But, getting ready to, when I'm fixing my hair, put my makeup on, that is when I listen to the 20, 30-minute SoundClouds because, that's my time. And you're going to be thinking about something anyway during that time. So you might as well be being poured into, by people who've been there, done that, and can help lead the way. All right. So for close tonight, I wanted to talk about just a little bit of verbiage. And this is verbiage for cold market ask. So I'm looking for it. If you happen to pay to listen to the Peyton Schneider, I can't ever think of how her last name is now. It used to be Mott, and that was so easy. But anyway, she gave an example of an ask that she would do via Instagram or Facebook that would be to her cold market. This would be to somebody that she doesn't know, that she doesn't have a relationship to. And I will tell you, I tested it out a couple of days ago. I sent it to about, I think 7 or 8, I'm not sure. I had 2 people respond to me that I didn't know. These are people I don't know. These are just people on Facebook, and this is something that's funny that Peyton talks about that she does. And I was like, oh my gosh, I do that too. But if you ever spend any time and you're scrolling and you see somebody that catches your eye for some reason, either it's what they posted or might be the way they put a selfie on there or whatever, I always take a picture of it, whatever the phone, take a picture of that so that when I'm ready to go back and start working, that I remember who that was, their name, and I go back and message them later. So anyway, so I had several people on my phone that I needed to message. And so this is what I sent them. And I'll put this on our team page also. So it's girl, and this is how Peyton talks, but I put this on there. I think I'm trying to see, this is the one that I reworded for myself. So these are my words. Girl, I know you don't know me, and this is going to come out of left field. I totally just stalked your Facebook. You're beautiful, and I love your heart and your words. I'm a regional vice president with Arbonne. I can't even tell you how much I think this would be a blessing in your life. I totally understand if you think I'm a weirdo and don't reply back to me. It would be exciting, though, if you did, and such a blessing to tell you more. I hope to hear from you. And I had 2 people say, I don't think you're a weirdo. and they responded back. So now I'm meeting them both for one-on-ones to talk about Arbonne. I mean, how crazy is that? So this is something, this is basically what Peyton said, but I put in my own words, made it sound more like me and send it off. So, when you feel like you don't have anywhere to go, or you've seen some people on Facebook or Instagram that catch your eye, hey, send them a message and, be real about it. You're probably going to think I'm a weirdo, but hey, that was a funny word. I think they both started with, I don't think you're a weirdo. Okay, then I'm so glad you don't. But anyway, so they want to hear more about Arbonne. So do it, use it, try it, see if you can make a face out of it. Because remember, on Instagram and Facebook, it's not a face unless you've had some back and forth and you're able to tell them the Arbonne story, your story. Now, you can do that all through messaging back and forth, but really, you're going to make a better impression if you're able to meet them one-on-one. And that can be via Zoom or that can be in person. Okay. But, if they're too far away, and it's just the back and forth, because a lot of the young millennials, they just want that conversation back and forth. And if you can send them a video and follow up with them and, do some video chat with them and, get them the information, then they're a face. You can count them as a face, and then hopefully as a new business builder for you down the time. But remember, like these interactions, things like ask like this, they take 30, 60, 90 days, you know, that you have to develop the relationship with them. You know, they have to know you, like you, trust you. And so that relationship has to be developed with them. So don't expect it to happen tomorrow, because you need to develop the relationship with them. You need that back and forth communication. All right. So to close with, that was my last, that was just kind of my tidbit, my challenge. You use that, you know, to some people that intrigue you on Facebook or Instagram. But remember, and these are Cecilia's words, and she's stating them over and over again, believe bigger. And to do that, we all need to plug in, and to do our personal development, commit bigger. And that means write your goals down and hold yourself accountable to reaching those goals. And then commit to work harder. You know, your team is watching. And if you're working hard for your goals, then your team is going to work hard for their goals. So believe bigger, commit bigger, and commit to work harder this month. It's a short month, and so we can't let our foot up off the gas pedal. We all have goals to reach. So go out there and reach those goals. And if you need help, if you have people to bring to a 3-way call, I am available. I'll make myself available for you guys. And if you're in Hot Springs, we're doing the Discover Arbonne a week from this Tuesday. So bring your guests to that, because it should be pretty dynamic with Jenna and I. And it's going to be Prosecco and Possibility. So it's going to be a little more conversational than just flat out presentation. So it should be a lot of fun. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Thank you guys for all being on tonight. And I'm going to turn off the recording. And if we have any questions, we can hang on here a little bit.